Just got done watching the Jake Paul fight. It's the biggest news of the day. It's the biggest news of the weekend. What a fun fight. Let's just get right into it. First off, Jake Paul, I tweeted this out. I'm looking at the results right now. I tweeted out, would you consider Jake Paul a real boxer? And as of right now, it has 59 votes and 78% say no. What the heck? Why? Why don't you consider him a real boxer? It's because he hasn't faced a boxer yet? Did you see what he just did to Woodley? Look, Woodley isn't a boxer. He's an aging UFC Hall of Famer. I get it. But Woodley did exactly what a lot of people thought. He was going to take him out to the deep end, going to try to catch him in the 7th or the 8th, or 6th, 7th, or 8th. And Paul gets knocked. I mean, he gets hit hard. What was that, in the 5th round? 4th round? And all of a sudden, a typical boxer, a typical non-boxer would have said, you know what? You know, I'm done. I'm done. I don't need this. Jake Paul found a second breath, so I'll give him that. I get it. Woodley lost his last 3 fights. I get it. He's 39. I get it. This is his last check. I get it. This is done. I got my check. I'm done forever. I get it. You could say that. It's about time that you give Jake Paul just a little bit of credit, don't you think? I don't know. That's just me. I'd give him a little bit of credit. Granted, I was Nate Robinson fight, picked him to lose. Whoever he fought after that, picked him to lose. When he fought Ben Askren, picked him to lose. Now I'm tuning in, and now I'm picking him to win. I'm done. I picked him to win tonight, and he did. He showed it up. He showed me what he was about. He showed me that he was capable. He's the real deal. I don't know what you want me to say other than that. He is a real deal fighter, and he deserves your respect. All right? He deserves your respect. But last thing I want to say about Jake Paul, I don't want to have this whole podcast be about Jake Paul, because you don't come here for Jake Paul thoughts. You come here for Tigers and Lions and other sports. And I've got a section here where you guys are going to want to hear me. I tweeted about college football, and you're going to want to hear me explain, okay? So I will, okay? But last thing, I don't want to see him fight Tommy Fury. I'm a Love Island fan. I'm watching this newest season. Don't do any spoilers. What was the last thing that happened? Hugo just got eliminated. So don't spoil it for me, all right? Huge Love Island fan. UK. Don't give me this US bull crap, all right? Tommy Fury, I love you. I love you. I love you, Molly May. When Molly May comes down after Caso Moore and it's still you two, my heart was just so full of love, all right? So I love you, Tommy Fury. Jake, you don't want Jake Paul. No, after what I saw, you don't want Jake Paul. That is a bad fight, my good friend. You do not want Jake Paul. Tommy Fury, you do not have it in you. Here's who I want Jake Paul to fight. Nate Diaz. Nathan Diaz. I would love that. I would love that so much. I mean, you see what they tweeted? What he tweeted? He tweeted, both these guys suck. That's awesome. I want him to fight. That would be awesome. Diaz versus Jake. That would be sick. But the dream fight, obviously, Conor McGregor. If Conor McGregor, you're on your last literal leg. If he would come out and fight Jake Paul, his last fight, get one last check, that'd be amazing. Oh, golly. Everybody would watch that fight. Conor McGregor and Jake Paul. It has to happen. It will happen. I don't think it's the next fight. I think the next fight's either going to be against a Diaz brother or a legitimate boxer to make sure that that Jake Paul is seen as a legitimate boxer. But I think that Conor McGregor is going to get healthy. I think Paul's going to have one more fight, and he's going to win that fight. And I think it's going to be McGregor versus Paul. And Showtime's going to sell 1 billion pay-per-views. All right. Tigers lose today 2-1 against the Toronto Blue Jays. Lose 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays this weekend. I'm looking at the standings right now. I forgot to pull it up. I just pulled it up right now. Tigers are 13.5 away from the AL Central lead against the White Sox. Here is the goal for the Tigers now, right? The goal at the beginning of the season was to win 70 games. Now the goal is to see if you can't just finish second. Can you finish second in the AL Central? You need a little bit of a late break. Boyd came back. I love that Boyd's back, and he pitched really well. Only 2 runs. I'm a little scatterbrained. But look, if Boyd... The thing is, the Tigers are doing this without Boyd, who at the beginning of the season is their ace. Pretty freaking impressive. Now with Boyd back, if they could make a late push into the next couple of months and they could finish second in the AL Central, how do you not give AJ Hinch the manager of the year? How? Nothing but great things. Nothing but great things. Most improved team, Tigers. Best team in the second half, Tigers. I love this team. This team fights. And going into next year, I had a little bit of a daydream. Going into next year, reading every single article. Every single article next year about this Tigers team is going to be who is the dark. It's going to be the edgy writer that wants to get clicks, and it's going to be who's the dark horse in the MLB this year. And then you click, it's going to be number 1, Detroit Tigers, Detroit Tigers, Detroit Tigers, Detroit Tigers. Do you know that the Detroit Tigers have the 6th best record in the MLB at the second half? That's what every single article is going to be. And I love it. I love it. It's all back, baby. Tigers baseball is almost back. I'm trying not to get too ahead of myself. Other baseball news, the Mets. Javi Baez. Sorry, I'm trying to do this for the camera. Javi Baez doing the thumbs down. Look, Met fans, all right? I hate the Cubs. I hate the Cubs, so I've been hate watching the Cubs for all of my life, okay? This is what you get from Javi Baez, right? There's the good and the bad. The good. When Javi Baez is good, he hits 400, and he hits bombs, and he's fun to tweet about. He's got the best gifts. He's the best. When he's good and he's on, he's doing the no-look tag. He's doing the swag. He's hitting home runs. But when he's bad, he's going to do thumbs down. He's going to swing at a curveball that before it even gets to the plate, before it even leaves the pitcher's hand, he starts swinging at. He's going to commit errors. You're going to tweet those errors. This is what you get with Javi Baez. This is why I want the Tigers to avoid Javi Baez in free agency. And by the way, if you clip that when the Tigers signed Javi Baez, I rebuke that. I also love Javi Baez because of the times when he's good. But this is the bad that you get with Javi Baez. I'm sorry. Javi Baez is a top 10 shortstop, but when he's bad, he can't start for Toledo. But when he's good, he's a Hall of Famer. It's what you pay for. Javi, if you sign with the Tigers, just between you and I, if you sign with the Tigers, I will love you and I will defend you to all ends of the earth. I just want that to be said. All right? Because the Tigers need a shortstop. No offense, I get it. Zach Short's great. But look, Javi, if you want to come to Detroit, I'll tweet out gifs of you. Just put that in the back of your mind. I'm having too much fun with the YouTube stuff. I am. I'm having too much fun. I'm sorry, podcasters. The people who listen on the podcast, I went into the camera, it felt like. All right. Next topic. I got a lot of tweets at me for this. Got a lot of mean tweets. Someone called me an ass clown. People are in my DMs calling me an idiot. I might have called somebody else an idiot and provoked it, but that's not the point. That's the point. I'm the victim, okay? Some random guy on a Saturday morning tweeting at me that I'm an ass clown idiot. That's hurtful. That hurts my feelings. I was wrong, okay? I had faith in the Huskers. I read I'm a Husker guy. I went to Nebraska. I saw Scott Frost telling me in the press conference, oh, this team's different, blah, 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 blah. Adrian Martinez gained or lost 15 pounds. He's a new leader. I read all those. I watched Arkansas when Brett Bielema was the head coach. They were terrible. Brett Bielema hasn't been a coach for 2 years. How could you blame me? Huskers minus 7. That's a lock. The Huskers have everybody coming back. That's a lock. That's too easy. I'm just as mad as you. Fade me. By the way, whenever I tweet out what to bet, except for boxing, I went 2-0 tonight. Fade me. Just fade me. There's your tip for the night. And speaking of which, Week 1 of college football is coming up, baby. Penn State, Wisconsin, Indiana, Iowa. Is there a better conference in the Big Ten for football? Oh, now I'm about to have a bunch of SEC people come tweet at me. Is Alabama in the Big Ten? No, get out of my stop. Look, play it first week, baby. Let's go. Penn State, Wisconsin, Indiana, Iowa. I'll give Georgia this. Georgia, Clemson. Love it. Week 1. Let's start it up. Let's get it going. Let's get this thing on the road, baby. I might even run on down to ASU because they're playing on Thursday night. Let's get it going, baby. College football's back. And I started off with a terrible, terrible pick. What better way is there? What better way? What better way? NFL predictions will be next week. Sorry, what? Are you surprised? NFL predictions will be next week. First week is September 12th. September 12th is the first week because September 11th is Saturday. I have a wedding. Crazy enough. But yeah, next week I will give NFL predictions, who's going to win what, who I think is going to win the Super Bowl, and how good the Lions are going to be. I do want to say, because I have a big, big heart for fantasy football, look, if you drafted before this week and you picked J.K. Dobbins, I want to say I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you picked J.K. Dobbins. This is why you can't draft until the week of the NFL season. I'm sorry. I hate it. It always makes me nervous. I'm never the one that makes the call like, hey, maybe we should post it. I always say, hey, let's postpone it. Then I always get overrun by people getting way too excited for football, and then I pick up J.K. Dobbins, which, by the way, I didn't because I'm a genius. I always have good picks. I'm always the best. Feel bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to all my J.K. Dobbins people. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Final thoughts. Just, Jake Paul's a legit fighter, man. Jake Paul's a legit fighter. You watch out. You watch out. You talk smack. I talk smack. I learned my lesson. I picked against him against Ben Askren, and then Ben Askren obviously flopped. This one felt different. This one felt different. He's different, man. It's a different boy out there. He's not one to mess with. All right. I finally figured it out. I'm having an epiphany right now about Jake Paul haters. All right? Having an epiphany. Okay? You listen. You got me? Got me on screen? You think he's a title fighter. You want him to be a title fight boxer. And you think in order for you to be a legitimate boxer, you've got to go for the title. Jake Paul's not that guy. If that's what you think a legitimate boxer is, that's not what Jake Paul will ever be. He'll never fit your category. He'll never fit your definition. But that doesn't mean Jake Paul's not a bad man. You just watch out for that young boy. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.